Okay, we on air already.
Welcome everyone to our AMA session today. I am PP, CoinLAB Business Development Executive, and my companion today, Mr. Ronald, CoinLAB co-founder. And our lovely guest, please welcome Ms. Perry, SolChicks Partnership Lead.
So hi everyone. My name is Perry. I lead the partnership side of things at SolChicks. A small introduction about myself. I've been in the crypto space for the better half of this year. Obviously, I'm a big fan of gaming, big fan of blockchain technology as a means towards a more transparent world. So I started on SolChicks since the launch, which was 11 weeks ago. And I'm quite passionate about informing the mass market about the opportunities that blockchain presents. Thanks for having me on today as well.
Thank you so much for attending our AMA today. Nice to know about you, Perry. So could you please tell us the details of SolChicks and what are the features of SolChicks?
Yeah, sure. So SolChicks, so we're built on the Solana blockchain. So we have 10,000 SolChicks to mint. And the utility of these SolChicks is that they can be used in-game in our play-to-earn fantasy real-time combat RPG game. There are so many game modes. The default game mode is, you have 1v1, 5v5, player versus player. Players can co-op together to verse, they can raid, they can join tournaments together, they can defeat bosses and other beasts that threaten their universe. So that's the idea of SolChicks. The team behind SolChicks is we have a large 70-person team. I'm obviously one of them, and most of us are docs, so our LinkedIns can all be seen on the main webpage. And so we're a 70-person team. We have experience, marketing strategy, and together we've kind of just built this, big company. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that the game demo is now available, right, Perry?
Yeah, so team's been working around the clock to get this playable game demo out. It's actually available on our website right now at solchicks.io. I'll just post I'm not sure how to post the website on here. Nope. So it's at solchicks.io. You have to do like a list of tasks to help boost social media, and then you'll get access to the game demo, which you can play. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes, and it's just like it's a small part of what our final game will actually be like. Yeah.
Cool. And Perry, at the moment we have so many NFT games, we would like to know what's the difference between SolChicks and other projects, and why should we invest in your project?
I think when anyone's looking to invest in a project, you look at two things, right? You look at the short-term gains, and then you look at kind of like what you can gain in the long term. I think what we're building, we're trying to build, and I think we are in the process of building, is we're trying to build something that's really big, sustainable, and by making something big and sustainable, we need to make sure that, we have to attract players, but then the other half of that is that we also have to retain these players. And so the way we've made our game is we've made it very fun. We've targeted two major markets where we've targeted this massive market of gamers, and we've also targeted a massive market of people who like to play games to really grind it out to reap the rewards of the play-to-earn mechanics. I think our game, if you look at the quality of the team, we're a big 70-person team, and I don't think I really need to brag too much about our company, but we've only launched 10 weeks ago. We have partnerships with some of the best companies in blockchain like Chainlink, Brave Browser, etc. We've raised. We have over. I think we're on over 25 launch pads for our token that's launching on the 26th of November. And we obviously in a short span of time we've onboarded some of the best developers, game developers in the world, really, who brought you timeless classics like MapleStory, PUBG, Dungeon Fighter, who have now been able to give us this playable game demo that's fun, it's engaging, the graphics are great. And I think like when you look at other blockchain games, the popular ones right now like Axie Infinity, for example, where a lot of players play it because of the play-to-earn mechanic. But when you actually look at it, the graphics are 2D, it's turn-based, it's not too engaging. Would people really be playing this game if it didn't have that play-to-earn mechanic? And so when we were building this game, we pretty much didn't even think about the play-to-earn mechanics. We just built this game and we were like, let's just make it as fun as possible, because if people find it fun, people will keep playing it and coming back to our game.
Right.
I think that's really important for long-term business sustainability. And obviously, we've also tried to make the game as lucrative as possible. So, making it easy for players to access our game, and obviously the rewards are quite big. You can earn tokens, you can earn other items that can be traded in the in-game marketplace. So I think we set ourselves apart with the quality of the team, quality of the game, and yeah.
That's cool. So the game demo is available now on your website, and Chicks token will be released on 26th of November.
Yep, 2 p.m. UTC. Yep.
I see. So I bet that we all well know about those projects that you have mentioned above. So could you tell us more about your milestone achieved and future development of your project?
Yeah, of course. So the milestones. So as I just said previously, we've only launched, I think, 11 weeks ago, 10 to 11 weeks ago. I mean, from the beginning, I'm not sure how early you guys found out about SolChicks, but I think on our early website, we had 2D graphics. The team was only, I think, 7 core team members. We're quite a small scale company, and now, like, over the past few weeks, we've managed to secure really big partnerships. We have Chainlink, we have Brave Browser, we've managed to partner with Slope Wallet, and we've partnered with a lot of the best, I guess, secondary markets on Solana as well, like Magic Eden and Solana. And so I think from that alone, and plus, in 10 weeks, we've managed to get a really good, playable, seamless game demo out. I think those are our major achievements so far. For what you can look forward to, obviously our major game launch is coming the end of this year or early next year. And this isn't going to be like, this isn't going to be like a beta. This will be our launch. So, raids, tournaments, quests, seasonal events, marketplace, we'll have our token out. You can multiple game modes, 1v1, 2v2, player versus environment, player versus player. All these game modes you'll see in our alpha launch by the end of this year. So that's something to look forward to. Of course, we also just closed our funding round, so we're looking to really push marketing. We're expanding our team as well. So we're going to be seeing a lot more marketing that's region specific. So, right now, most of the team's based in Hong Kong, Australia, UK. But we're going to see like kind of more minor country leads, Philippines, Vietnam, to really, I guess, get the word out there about SolChicks. Yeah.
Getting bigger and bigger now.
Trying to. Trying to.
That's so great, Perry. So now I think I will share the trailer video game for community to know more about SolChicks.
That'd be great.
Your SolChicks look adorable.
Yes. Who doesn't love chickens?
Right.
Yeah, just a second.
So meanwhile, I think we can ask some more questions. Like our community can hear some more from you. Like next question, let's talk about our tokenomics. And can you tell it about your token Chicks? It's really cute name.
I mean, when I look at what people care about in our game, I guess one of the major things is like, oh, how are people going to be making money? And one of those is, the play to like to go into more detail about our play to earn mechanics. Every time you win a battle, tournaments, raids, whether you're versing your friends or you're versing against random players all over the globe, every time you win a battle, you can drop ColChicks tokens, and you can also drop other valuable items that you can trade in the in-game marketplace. So with the ColChicks token, why is it important? It's important because one of the major features in our game is you'll be able to, with 2 SolChicks, once you get them to level 60, you'll be able to breed them, and when you breed them, you create an NFT. And we've tried to make the breeding as as realistic as possible. So like in real life, when your parents breed, you obviously have attributes from both of your parents. So in SolChicks, what we've done is practically the same thing. You have 2 SolChicks, you breed them together, you get like based on parents, you get like a random SolChick, and that's
so cool.
And the best thing about this game is that we are giving players the opportunity to make passive income. So when you breed your SolChick, you have the ability to rent this out to other players who don't have a SolChick. And by renting it out, you obviously get money, but also you're allowing that person to play the game without necessarily having to pay the massive, fee that it takes to start playing the game. Because I think the floor price right now is 16 Solana. I think last week it was 5 Solana. So it's, our floor price is up and up and up. So we've tried to make our game as accessible as possible. And so with the breeding, to breed, you'll need to hold chicks. So that's the breeding cost of that. The other thing is that when you win in-game items, you can win like equipment, you can win weapons. This is all tradable in the in-game marketplace. In-game marketplace, the currency that we're using, you can use an in-game currency, but you can also use chicks. We're currently in the process of revising our game to make our game not play to win. So this is all kind of a very rough idea. But essentially what we're trying to do is we're trying to give this token as much utility as possible. Yeah.
I see. Thank you so much for your information. Yes, Mr. Ronald.
Yeah, I just want to ask about the audits, because when the people they look at the tokenomics, the audits also the problem they concerned about.
Yeah, so yeah, I understand that. Look, things to do with liquidity, things to do with security in the contract.
Yeah.
Once our token launches, the audit can be seen on the website. I think we're going to do a CerTick audit and a few other company audits that will be fully displayed on the website. Obviously, we want to have this displayed to instill trust in the community. So that will be displayed once we launch on the 26th of November.
Yeah.
Okay.
Currently, many game NFT projects they launch on Binance Smart Chain, and then they have future plan to open their blockchain to Solana. So, do you have any plan to build your tokenomics in BSC?
Okay, so great question. So we're very early in game development. So I'll just start with the reason why we chose Solana. Solana compared to Ethereum, no gas fees. It's very scalable. Like I said before, we're trying to build a big, sustainable game. And I think to be sustainable, well, one, it has to be quite affordable. So building off Ethereum was, that was just a given. Solana is really great with very minimal fees, but also it's very scalable and has a very high TPS. But the amount of people that have actually invested in Solana and are really, have really had their interest captured by Solana is quite small compared to BSC. So what we're trying to do in our game is, we're going to have other NFTs beside the SolChicks in our game. So we're having weapons, skins. I think we're getting weapon skins, equipment as well. This will not it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be a Solana-based NFT. We're trying to support multi-chain to target a really, really wide market. I can't really confirm whether or not we're supporting multi-chain right now, but I know that it's something that we're currently considering. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
No worries.
Thank you so much.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So many questions.
And you just said you will audio on November 26th. So which launchpad will you launch the audio? I saw that many launchpads,
Oh
right?
my God, we have so many launch pads. I literally cannot name them all. I think we have over 25 from memory.
25 launchpad, right?
25. Like last week
That's
we had
crazy number, huh?
Yeah, last week we had 18 and this week we have 25. I think we're trying to get to 30, to be honest. Our team's very, very competitive in that sense. So you can, the launch pads that we are on, this is all on our website as well. There's also, if you look at our website and you look at the very top right-hand corner, you'll see there's like a tree symbol. If you click on the tree symbol, and then you click on launch pads, it displays all the launch pads that we will be listed on. I don't think I've managed to add all the launch pads to the link tree yet, but over the next few days, you'll probably see that there's going to be around 25 to 30 on there. Yeah.
This is also one of your marketing plan, right? Because I saw that the most launchpad one project I have seen is 6 launchpads, but SolChicks is 25.
Yeah. I know, like when we first were starting to reach out to launch pads to get them on board, we were like, yeah, maybe we'll get like 5 or 10 on board, and then it became 15, and then we got to 20, and we're like, well, might as well go to 25. So yeah.
Yeah, I have one more question about the game guild.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, you heard it right. So, do the SolChicks have plan to partnership with any game guild community?
Yes. So, yes, like I said, like we want to make our game as accessible as possible. Like, we don't want to be in a position where people can only play our game if they're able to afford to buy a SolChick. And right now, I think the floor is, atrocious. It's like 14 or 16 Solana floor price. And so in saying that, we've basically created mechanisms to make our game more accessible. One of the ways we're doing that is we're partnering with a number of guilds. So I think we have a few guilds actually confirmed and actually listed on our website. But this is something we're going to continue doing. And essentially, these guilds, they can, similar to Axie Infinity, we're going to have a scholar program. People can choose to rent out the NFTs under the guild, and then they can reap the play to earn rewards. So they don't have to buy a SolChick NFT to get started. Yeah.
Yes, and CoinLAB also have a new future plan to become a game guild community.
Yeah, so like we're trying to, like, I think like our community has grown so much over the past like 10, 11 weeks. Like we've our community is, I think, now more than 300,000, I think 400,000, 150,000 on Telegram, 150,000 on Twitter, and 100,000 on Discord from memory. So we have a massive community, and obviously we would not be here without our community. So in saying that, our community really does matter. We're trying to foster and encourage people to work together. We're trying to encourage these guilds to give out more scholar programs to make the game more accessible. And yeah, thank you, community. I really, really appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So I have one question for you, Perry. Let's focus on the game. Can you explain more about mechanisms of SolChicks?
Yeah, of course. So there's so many game modes. Like I said before, like we're trying to make a game that's really fun for casual players. And, casual players, when you play a game and it gets repetitive, you don't want to play it anymore. So we're trying to make like as many game modes as possible, because we predict that we're going to have a lot of players. And so with that said, like, we're trying to make a game mode that, if you join our game, you like at least one of them. Like out of the 10 options, surely you like at least one of them.
Right.
And so,
we would like to try much more as we can.
Yes. I'll make sure to send you guys a SolChick NFT so you guys can play our game for sure.
Perfect.
And so the game mechanics, so the default game mode, we've taken elements from like very popular, successful games like Diablo 2, League of Legends, Dota 2. We've taken elements from them like, talent trees, abilities, potions, mastery traits. And the default game is all these elements kind of chucked into one game mode, which is player versus player. You can team up with your friends, or you can team up with randoms, and you queue against, 5 other players, 2 other players, 1 other player, whatever game mode you choose. And you pretty much just battle. And then whoever wins, you earn prizes. So you earn Chicks tokens. You get, there's rewards that drop. But we also have other game modes. So we have the PvE element where you're able to go on quests. You're able to raid against other bosses. And obviously, the harder the quest is, or the harder the boss is, the more rewards that you'll get, obviously. So those are like the two, I guess that's the basic gist of our game. As like most games, we're going to have exclusive seasonal events. We're going to have unique events that come every now and then, like brawling and death match. And so we're not sure if those will be permanent in the game, but we're definitely going to have those game modes in the game, at least seasonally. We've taken what basically worked for other games, kind of gotten feedback from other games and seen what's worked for them, and kind of incorporating it into our game. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
We're also looking forward to it. Mr. Ronald, do you have any question for Perry before we play some trailer video games of SolChicks?
You're muted. You're muted.
Yeah. Sorry. You know that the people who did not know about the blockchain, maybe they will get some difficult when they zone the game NFT. So, do you have any plan to instruct them to zone the SolChicks game?
Yes, of course. Okay, so this is something we've already considered. When you look at the amount of people that are on Earth, I think that we have 8 billion people. Of those people, we probably have at least 1 billion people who play games. How many of those people are actually in blockchain gaming? Probably not that many. So, when we've done our marketing, we've made sure that our marketing is pushed not just in people for people in the blockchain space, for traditional gamers outside the space, by drawing similarities between our game and traditional games like Diablo, League of Legends, and Dota. In doing that, once we have them in, we recognize that those people that we're attracting, they're very new to the space. They might not understand what's going on. And within our 70-person team, we have a team dedicated to just support. So when our game launches, we will be doing Medium. We'll have Medium articles explaining how to set up. We have the info@solchicks.io email, which, you can contact us 24/7 for direct support. We have all these team members that, they're moderating the Telegram, moderating our social media, looking out for DMs, looking out for questions that people may have. And so I think with our company, a great thing is that we don't really want to we don't want people to rely on a manual on how to set up the game. We're trying to be as hands-on as possible. So, if you need direct help, shoot us a DM, shoot us an email. One of our team members, or maybe make a ticket on Discord, one of our team members will latch onto that ticket, make sure that you get from A to B safely. Yeah.
Yeah. You are mute, PP.
Sorry. So Perry, after the 26th of November, you have at least one IDO, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we know that you have 2 tokens in your game. So is there 2 dates for that least IDO, or the same date on 26 only?
So yes, we do have multiple tokens. So the Chicks token is launching on the 26th of November. The other, we don't really have any other tokens that I know of. But there's another in-game currency. So to make the game fair, we don't want to operate all the, mechanics in the game with just the Chicks token, because we recognize that, Chicks is, you have to use your real money, and we're trying to make it as fair as possible. So we have another in-game currency called Shards of Love. And, with the Shards of Love, these shards are just exclusively in the game. It can be used for other game mechanics outside of breeding and outside of the in-game marketplace. So those are still things that we're ironing out at the moment. But just to let you know, 26th of November, 26th of November, 2 p.m. UTC is our Chicks token launch. The other currency that you'll see in games, Shadows of Love, obviously we're launching with the game. And that will not be a cryptocurrency. That's just going to be a token within the game.
I see.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Oh, one more question.
Yeah.
About the metaverse. So, do SolChicks have any plan for metaverse?
Metaverse. Yeah. So we're launching our game towards the end of this year, and that will kind of be the SolChicks metaverse. We're kind of calling it the Solverse. So that's end of this year, early next year.
Yes. Have you heard about multiverse?
Multiverse? Not so sure.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
And for example, SolChicks is in metaverse, and you will match another game, and you will and then one player they can zone the SolChicks game, and then they also zone another game with the same token, the same currency.
Yeah, so I actually can't tell you guys that right now because it actually hasn't been finalized. But yes, that is something we're looking into. Not directly. So right now we kind of started it on a surface level where we were like, oh, maybe we'll exchange skins, which the skins can be used in each other's games. We're now looking at integrating each other's NFTs into each other's games. That's something that hasn't been confirmed yet, so I can't talk about it anymore. But it's definitely something we're exploring for sure. Basically, we're just trying to get our name out there. There's definitely no disadvantage to being integrated into another person's game, vice versa. So that's definitely something we're looking into, but I'm going to shut my mouth now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yes. That I think that's question from my side. So I think we will go to the next part, is the question from the community. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I guess our community know about the huge rewards from SolChicks team. For the 5 lucky winner, will get 5 whitelist slot. So can you please help us to pick 5 questions, please?
Perry, you will look in the comments part, and then you will copy the question which you pick, and then pass it into the private chat. Okay.
Yep, I'll put it into the private chat. Okay, there's so many questions. Goodness. Oh, goodness. I should answer this one probably because I think this one's quite important. So, does SolChicks have a Vietnamese support team? When Vietnamese players want to ask questions, what should they do? So with the support, I'm going to admit our support for our regions are actually quite limited right now. The only way to really get language specific support is to join our Telegram, and from Telegram we have region exclusive groups. So we have we have a Telegram SolChicks group for Philippines, Russia, France, Vietnam included, and so that's the only way right now to get access to support. In the future, I think right now we're currently in the process of translating our site to Chinese and other common languages, and we will probably be making region support emails in the future once we get more players on board, and I guess an influx of players will start, so an influx of questions will begin as well. But that's something, now that I've been asked this question, this is something I'll definitely take up with the team, because honestly, I didn't realize how popular our game was going to be in Asia outside of China. So I will definitely be taking this up with the team, making sure that we have a really good support system in place for our players. Thank you for asking. Congratulations on your whitelist spot.
Yeah.
And oh goodness, there are so many questions, guys. Okay. Let me see. Okay. So, let's talk about this one. Okay, let me copy and paste it for you guys. Okay. Can you explain to us about the levels in the game that players will go through in the game SolChicks? Tell us about your in-game monetization methods. I can't read. So I guess, like I said before, there's probably going to be two reasons why people play our games, either because it's really fun or because it earns you a lot of money, or both. And so let's quickly talk about how you can make money from our game. First, you can breed a SolChick, make a SolChick NFT. You can rent out that SolChick, and that's passive income. Once you rent it out to another player, they kind of acquire that NFT temporarily. They can play our game, and you make money off of that by renting it out. The second thing is, you win battles, you earn Chicks tokens, you earn other in-game items like equipment, skins, and similar to CS:GO, we're creating kind of like a in-game marketplace. So you can list skins there, you can list your weapons, you can list other things on there, and then by doing that, essentially, the value of it goes up and down, similar to shares, I guess. We're also going to have, event exclusive skins. We're partnering with a number of guilds and a number of other companies. We're going to make skins exclusive to them and then distribute it to our players as well. So, because it's so exclusive, its value might go up in value might go up, and you can sell it for a higher price in the in-game marketplace. Those are the two main ways to make money at the moment. We're trying to make our game as fun as possible, and always open to feedback as well. We're just in the process of kind of like balancing the game, making it as fair as possible for the players before we can even think about integrating play to earn in it. Because if the game isn't fair, then the whole mechanic of play to earn, kind of out the window. It doesn't really work anymore. Next question. There's so many questions, guys. How do you guys choose?
So that's the second winner.
Yes. Congratulations to the second winner. I don't know.
The third one.
We're choosing the third one now. Oops. Okay. Interesting. Okay, let me just quickly copy this. Maybe you can read out this one.
Yes, Sibi, could you help to read the
Yes.
website?
I have seen that you can trade SolChicks NFT on several platforms. Do you think that would degrade your own marketplace? How will that benefit investor?
Yeah. So really easy question. The in-game marketplace is not where you're going to be buying the SolChick NFTs for now. So, as far as I'm aware. So the SolChick NFTs, you can buy them from the secondary marketplace. And then within the game, the in-game marketplace is more geared towards equipment, like other items, weapons, potions, other usable in-game items that boost your stats or that are purely cosmetic. So that's the purpose of our in-game marketplace. And, as we get more people breeding their SolChick NFTs, we're going to have I think to flood the market with so many SolChick NFTs, it would be a bit,
right,
I guess, annoying. And to actually access our game, you need a SolChick NFT to actually get into the game. So for the marketplace to have all the SolChick NFTs there wouldn't really make sense. Yeah. Oh goodness. Well, this is a great question, and this is great.
The next question is, which wallet do you support? Can you tell me about your team's history? How will you and your team accomplish that project amid the current pandemic, COVID-19?
Yeah. So which wallet do we support? So the wallet that we support, anything that supports Solana, essentially, Solflare. We have a list of wallets on our website, but Solflare, Slope wallet. If you're only on mobile, Slope is a great wallet because it's mobile friendly and it's also available on desktop. Phantom and just I've included all those. Can you tell me about your team's history? So the core team, our ages range from like 20 to 35. And we're really, really diverse. Some of us are from China, Hong Kong, Australia. You have some people in UK, some people in Canada. So we're a really, 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 I guess, diverse team. Our history, I guess the most important one is the CEO. So our CEO, William, he has previous experience working in private equity. He works in some of the most prestigious companies in the world, like I think McKinsey, and Oaktree, which are quite well known, and he's a trusted advisor. And so he's really good at strategy. And then from that, we have team members that have experience in marketing, outreach, building community, social media, etc. How will you and your team accomplish this project amid the current pandemic? Yeah, so the pandemic's been a little bit hard. I guess a lot of an important thing about business is networking. Partnerships are really important for credibility, especially in blockchain, where there are so many projects that are so bad and so many scam projects. So to differentiate yourself, you often need to show that you're quite credible. We've done that by doxing our team, but partnerships are also really important. And I'm not going to lie, COVID has really, really affected us. To do with networking, there are so many people that you can talk to in real life. Like one of the biggest events, Solana Breakpoint, which was in Portugal, for some of our team members to go, they actually had to quarantine for several weeks. And that was a really big event that we went to, and we actually got a lot of partnerships out of that as well. We did a lot of networking and, found ways that we could work together with other companies. So with COVID-19, yes, it has affected us, but Solana is a very new and emerging space. It really boomed this year, and as one of the first movers, we're taking advantage of this shift, and we're kind of riding the wave. And COVID, we're all at home, working from home around the clock. I think it's like almost 2 a.m. here and doing this AMA. So all the team members are quite busy at home. So the COVID-19 aspect, COVID-19 hasn't really affected us in that aspect, but it has affected our ability to network and meet with other companies in person and go to like all these conferences, etc. That's the only way it's really affected us, to be honest. Otherwise, we're mostly doing great. I think we only have time for
the last one.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm going to scroll to the top because I took all the ones from the bottom. So I'm just going to pick someone with a really nice name. Okay, so how we convince? Okay, have I already answered this question? I feel like I've answered this question, but it's kind of an important question, so we'll just do it again.
I see.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I haven't seen it.
That's okay. I think my Wi-Fi might be a little bit bugged. Can you see it now?
I saw it. Yeah. In the era of competition for blockchain games and similar play-to-earn games, what have SolChicks been doing to have its own way and to attract gamers and investors for the longer term?
Yeah.
Or long-term plan?
Yeah. So, I'm not going to lie, there is a lot of competition. On Solana, not too much. To be honest, I don't think there are any really major big games that I've wanted to play on the Solana blockchain, but definitely a few on Ethereum. With blockchain, the blockchain like GameFi space is massive, and one way we're differentiating ourselves is firstly, our game's actually fun. So we focused on the game mechanics before we even bothered to integrate the play to earn mechanics, trying to make the game balanced, trying to make it fair, trying to make it fun. It's not geared towards people who grind the game to earn money. It's more geared towards casual players, because I think long term, you can spend all this money on influencers and on celebrities to promote your product, but if your product's not good, it's not going to work. So we've really spent the time to really make this amazing product, because I think having an amazing product, that in itself is a great marketing tool. And so we've kind of leveraged that, being one of the first movers in the blockchain space. We, from all our sales, all our VC funding, we've, really put this towards marketing, trying to get our name out there, hiring region exclusive ambassadors in Vietnam, Korea, etc. Really getting our name out there. And the other way, I guess that's to attract players, and obviously to retain players. We're very reciprocative of feedback. So with our game demo, we got a lot of feedback. There are a lot of glitches, a lot of bugs. Took that all on board. Some people, we have also realized that we shouldn't just be asking the community. We've been consulting with some really great strategists as well, and people who are actually in the gaming industry, like streamers. We have YouTubers, we have esports organizations who are also, we're really hands-on with, and they've been really great in giving us real feedback, not holding back, to be honest. And we've taken this feedback, we've taken feedback from the community. We're making adjustments. Like everything that you see on our game mechanics paper on our website, it's not set in stone. And I think, because our game mechanics paper is not rigid, we have room to make changes to make our game better, to retain players. Yeah. And for investors in the long term, obviously there's I think the great thing about NFTs is that, buying an NFT allows you to enter this game, and then, you don't actually have to play the game to earn money. You have the opportunity to rent out your NFTs for passive income. And so like when you look at other ways that people make money in crypto, you make money in crypto by you can swing trade crypto, you can buy an NFT, you can resell on the market for a higher price when the value of it goes up. But I think like one thing that's really lacking in this space is like real options for investors to actually earn money passively. And it's great because, as we grow more and more and more, and, we have more players, and, because we have such a limited supply, and, we're having more players, I guess, flooding in, there's definitely going to be a high demand for people wanting to rent out these NFTs because they didn't manage to get one from our mints. So yeah. And I think
so I guess that
the last question. I'm sorry.
Right. That 5 questions from 5 lucky audience today. So congratulations to the winners, and thank you so much for your sharing.
Yes.
It's quite a lot of information for us, for our community.
Yes.
And,
I'm very sorry. I talk way too much.
Oh no, that's really useful information for us, for our community. We love it. Anh Ronald, do you have any question? Or Perry, do you have anything to share more with our community or say to them?
Not really. Like, as I said, like, where this space is really, really, really new. I think because crypto is so new, we have new competitors every day. And I just want to let everyone know that, the team's constantly working around the clock, trying to get our game out as soon as possible, really taking advantage of the fact that we are one of the first movers in this space. And, we are always open to feedback. So our email is info@solchicks.io. Our website is solchicks.io if you'd like to see our website. Our playable game demo just dropped. Always open to feedback, and any feedback that you do give us through email, you do get a chance to, if you spot any bugs or glitches, you do have a chance of winning a whitelist spot for contributing as well. So that's one incentive. That's another incentive to play a playable game demo.
I see. I don't know.
I have no question. Yeah.
So guys, if you wish to learn more about SolChicks, they have more lots of information or information you need in their website. And thank you so much, Perry, for your attending our AMA today. We really appreciate your time and your sharing today.
Yeah. Thank you so much for allowing me to talk about our project today. Really look forward to working with you guys as well as one of our strategic investors. And thank you to the community. I hope you learnt a lot about our project today. Our communities, I think it's over 300,000 community members now, and looking forward to growing even more exponentially in the future. Thank you so much for letting me talk. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.